Hello friends, Volley Nerd here with another flight sim session. This time I figured we'd do some little VFR, visual flight rules out of San Francisco, and then let's do some IFR, instrument flight rules, bringing in some cloud, a low hanging cloud deck. That means we have to do autopilot and ILS and glide slope on the way in. So here we are, taking off out of one left in San Francisco. Easy stuff. Let's go gear up. Nice view from the back there. Heading to the east, and then we'll peel up to the north. San Francisco, as you can see, has two sets of parallel runways. Famous for those planes coming in next to each other on 28 left and right, so maybe we'll be giving that a try. So we're heading basically north out of San Francisco. We'll go up to the top of the bay here, or the entrance to the bay where the Golden Gate is. Check it out, and then we'll come around and we'll introduce some heavy clouds and see what we can do about figuring out how to land when we can't see anything. Let's see, looking back, yep, love the golden hour with the sunset over the Pacific, and heading into San Francisco. Let's see, we can show some goodness here. We'll zoom in. Heading north over, pretty much due north, 347 degrees currently on our bearing. Heading through 2000, that's probably good enough. We're just manually flying it for now, trimming it. I have a feeling we might be buzzing the Golden Gate here soon. Max throttle, so we're up in the yellow zone. Let's back off just a little bit. A little more trim up. Go check out the downtown Oakland over there to the right. There's the airport. You can see the blinking lights just barely. That other university, can't remember its name, is right up there in the hills. Stanford's behind us, by the way. Gotta know that. Alright. We're getting a little low. Let's trim up a little bit. Figured we'd do a little north run up and around the point here, and then we'll head south and line up for an approach and landing back at San Francisco, where we can't see anything until, I don't know, less than 1,000 feet. Challenge ourselves with some instrument landing. Right now we're just flying it by hand. No big deal. Nice day. How's the wind looking? 3 knots from our 10 o'clock. No big deal. Let's take a look outside and recognize any San Francisco landmarks. Glorious sunset over the Pacific. Nice. Oh, there's cruise ships in town. Humming right along at 180 knots. Dropping in at 1200. Alcatraz at our 1 o'clock. And let's start to curl it over towards the Golden Gate. Dropping down a little. Yeah, what the heck, let's buzz the gate. Hello over there at the Alcatraz Island. Glorious shot here. Let's drop in a little bit on the Golden Gate. Love the weather, love the clouds, love the sunset. Let's drop down a little. Yep, computer tells us that we're getting a little low, 500 from terrain. I don't know how high that is, but got to be down below the bottom of the, got to go underneath it. The camera behind me is kind of funny. It's going to go over the road here, you'll see. Boom, yeah. Alright, so now let's climb. And we'll start making a turn to the left. And we'll put this thing, maybe we get it on autopilot here soon. Yeah, we're still climbing at 1500. Let's hop in the cockpit and see what's going on. Let's go heading mode, autopilot, heading. And let's altitude. Let's go, I'm looking over here while we're flying. I can see our altitude is fine. We're still climbing just a little bit, and I see we're heading out there, so we're gonna change the heading, bend around this corner here. And then let's get some altitude. Let's go up to, I don't know, 2,000 for now is fine. And then we gotta keep turning. Let's go pretty much due south. Alright, climbing through 1300 up to 2000. Places to look when we're outside. You're looking at the altitude here. This is our target. This is our current, our vertical speed. And then this is our trim. We've got the compass up here with the needles. Let's see, what do we got here for? And then here's our speed, airspeed 160. We're climbing a little bit, so we're not at max speed. Throttle's about 100%. And let's show you what we got. Here's where we are. I took off out of San Francisco, one left. Went pretty much due north. Buzz the gate, coming around. I figured maybe we'll do, we're going to circle around and land at San Francisco, heading to it's runway 28, so to the northwest. We're going to come in from down around here, Stanford or Atherton area. We'll add a cloud deck. But this is kind of fun. Half Moon Bay's coming up here. One thing I did that'll be fun to look at is this VOR right here, and I've got a 220 degree radial drawn to be basically gives us a point. When we cross that, we'll be lined up with the runway. So let's go take a look at that. I've already got that tuned in. So notice it's 115.8. Should be pretty much at our max altitude now, yeah, or what our autopilot is holding us at 2,000. So we've got, let's hop inside and take a look. We've got nav at 115.8 right here, SFO, that's the VOR that we're tracking, and we've got a course set of 220, which was the radial off of the VOR that points to the approach to Half Moon Bay. So when this needle starts to come in, it's left of us now. So let's look again outside. So it's left of us right now. If we were to aim towards the runway, is going to be over here, the airport. So as this needle comes in towards the middle, right when it's in the middle, we'll be lined up with the runway. We'll know that we should be, as it starts moving, we'll be banking left. Look at this view over here. Yeah, buddy. Nice sunset. Got some traffic over here. Got the airport lighting up nicely down there. We're going to circle around to the south and come in from the southeast. I believe the airport's over around this point here, but as this, by the way, this is our distance from that VOR, and let's hop inside the cockpit and see what it is right here, 9.1 nautical miles to the San Francisco VOR SFO. That's the 115.8, as we start to see this needle center, that means we're heading towards the point that I identified. We can see, if we zoom in, we can see the runway right there. So we're getting there. And right now I'm watching the needle here. I'll start to reduce some speed. How about we take it off autopilot? There we go. We'll fly this manually. Again, watching that needle, watching our speed 161, and watching our altitude right here. So this needle should, if I did it right, start to angle, but we can see the airport right there. So let's start our turn. As we get slower, we can drop some gear. Let's not forget that. I figured we're just going to do a touch and go at the airport here. We should be coming up to that radial. Notice the blue line indicator. Let's trim up just a little bit so I don't have to hold the yoke the whole time. That way I can use the mouse. So the blue indicator here, let's take a closer look. The blue indicator points straight to the VOR. So if we want to go straight there from where we are, then we follow this blue. This line is tracking the 220 radial out of that line, so it's still out to our left. Should be moving soon, or maybe I screwed it up. Drop some more power. Here comes the needle. Right here, coming in towards the middle. So when that hits the middle, that will be the point that I drew on the map that was straight out from the runway. So we know we're pretty much right at the right spot. Right about now, or not quite, a little bit more. And you can also pay attention to the right hand side. There's our map and KHAF, that's Half Moon Bay. Oops, losing a little altitude here. Let me power up, and don't forget the gear. Gear coming down. Let's take a look outside. There's the view. Drop a little power. Pappy lights on the left of the runway, just past the green threshold. You got one white, one red, so that we're on the right glide slope. If it's two reds, you're too low. If it's two whites, you're too high. So this is the right slope. Dropping some power, line it up. This is the right slope, dropping at 600 feet per minute. That's about right. Add a little power. Float in here beautifully. Coasting in. Float for a split and butter it. Looking outside and full power. This is just a touch and go. We're not trying to stop here. We're already at 100 knots, so we can just pull up and get out of here. Positive right, gear up. There we go. So we will continue this heading, and we will start to plan our approach into San Francisco. Let's hop inside and set autopilot again. Let's go heading mode straight ahead, and let's go autopilot with vertical speed of 900 is fine. Heading mode straight ahead. Notice over here that's about where we're headed to straight to the left. So let's take a look what's going on. Actually, let me increase our altitude up to, I like 4,000 to get over the mountains here. They're not that high. Oops, little traffic passing just underneath us. Let's hop outside and see if we can see it. Where's that traffic? Oh, there he goes. That's that guy right there. He's 1,200 feet above us. Here comes one to our 9 o'clock, 2,100 feet. And we'll pass around behind us. Let's take a look. To our 9 o'clock. Should be out there somewhere. There he is. Passing around behind us, so we can always keep an eye on that map to see where our traffic is. Alright, let's zoom out a little and see what we're up against. San Francisco's up there. We're basically going to be doing a 180, But let's do something fun. And we're still climbing up through 2,000 going to 4,000. We need to get up and over this mountain range. But let's actually increase the vertical speed climb 1,300 feet per minute. And let's talk about what we're going to do here. So here we got San Francisco. Let's take a look at the approaches. If I go to procedures for San Francisco, here's ILS 28 right. And this is the point where you need to start this is where you grab the intercept the localizer and the glide slope, GS glide slope at 1,800 feet. We can find a transition. I kind of click through each of these and see like here's the Hayman is the glide slope. We need to be in line at least by then, but we use one of these transitions to get there in a predictable way. So this one kind of curls off to the east, so let's look for one that's a little more towards where we are. Here's Eddy, that's pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Faith is pretty much just straight ahead, and Sidby is, yeah, Sidby should do the job. We could go direct to Sidby right now and then join in with Hayman on the glide slope. In fact, we could do Eddy. By the time we dial this in, we'll probably be near Eddy anyway, so let's do Eddy. So let's hop in and we'll do our flight plan. It's going to take a few minutes to do this anyway. Oh, before we do that, let's introduce our clouds just to show how gory this is going to be. Let's see, we got a little bit of wind, but just so Dean doesn't get sick, let's drop the wind down. So we're going to drop the bottom layer of clouds down to 600 feet. And we're going to pull the top down to, I don't know, 3,700, and we're going to make them super thick. So as we climb, yeah, we really can. Let's pull it back in the daytime so we can see what we've got. Yeah. So here we are with a dense cloud layer, and we really have no idea where we're going. So it's all IFR, instrument flight rules from here on out. Alright, so we've got a flight plan that we need to enter our origin, KSFO, enter, runway doesn't matter, let's go destination is same, KSFO, enter, runway, we're going 28 left, enter, okay, cool. So then we'll go procedures, let's select the approach, we're going 28 left, there's our Hayman and Duyet. Let's take a look outside, we're in the thick of it. 4,000, we can't see anything, but we're trusting our instruments this whole way. So 28 left, and what did we say? We want the Eddy transition. Remember, that's the point where we're going to join up. We'll set the minimums based on barometric pressure. I happen to have the approach plate. This is the Padres one. What did I do with where did I put the, let's go to Sky Vector, is that where we're at? Yeah. Here we go. This is SFO 28 left, and we've got Hayman. We're going to join in at Hayman coming from Eddy right here at 4,000. Oh, at 6,000. Drop down to 3,100 by Sidby, and the minimums are 213. So let's go dial that in, 213. Keeping an eye on the instrumentation here as well, just making sure this is the superimposed terrain, so I can kind of see we're safe here. Plus I can see that nothing's lighting up bad over here, so I don't think we're in any danger yet. If I do this right. So what did I say, 220 for the minimums, call it 230. And scroll down and load. Normally we'd do this well in advance, we wouldn't be doing it on the fly. But okay, so we're well past it already. Let's start whipping this around, and we'll go join. We'll go join the path that we need. So we've already passed it. Sorry about that. Took a little longer than I thought to. Let's take a look outside. Yep, in the thick of it, right? We're trusting our instruments. Yellow on the radar or on the terrain means it's, you know, I don't know the distances, but it's a little close. It'd be red if we were getting real close to it. So it's just warning. We're kind of close to it. Alrighty, so we're doing good. Here's our flight plan while we're waiting to make this turn. 6,000 feet at Eddy, which we're not quite high enough. Sidby 4,000. We need to be at 3,100 by Hayman, and we're going to intercept the glide slope. We're going to try at least. So let's go direct to. Can we do activate approach? No, we're going to go direct to. No, we're gonna, let's see, turning more left to go intercept the Eddy waypoint. Oh, did I activate? Oh, there we go, activate approach. Forgot to do that. Activate approach, enter. There we go. Should be heading straight towards Eddy. Yeah, that looked a little weird when we were making a full-on U-turn. Okay, so Eddy, I'm looking over here. Eddy is off to our 1 o'clock. Again, looking outside, we literally can't see anything, so we're going full-on instrument flight rules. And at this point, we can do, this is where sometimes it has a bug. Change our CDI to be GPS based, and we'll go nav mode. We'll fly towards Eddy. Notice if I zoom in over here, on the right hand side we're going to Eddy, to Sidby, to Hayman, to Duvet, and with these heights. At Eddy we're supposed to be at 6th thou. We're a little low for that, but I'm not going to climb just because we're going to turn right around and descend. At Sidby we'll be at 4th thou. Just above the cloud layer. And we've got something a little weird that this always seems to do is, yeah, we're coming up on Eddy. I should be able to just put the autopilot in nav mode, which I've been doing. And it says it's kind of like ready to capture the, we want to go kind of intercept Eddy over here so that it can, it's almost like we need to be close enough. It won't go nav us over there itself. There we go. Now it just said now we're on the next leg to go to Sidby. There we go. GPS to Sidby. So I'm not 100% sure why that won't grab the GPS and just guide us in. I'm having to chase it with the heading mode here. There we go. It just did it. Okay, so now we're in GPS mode, and this thing should be flying itself. Yep. Left turn to intercept the magenta line. Right here, we're going to intercept and go straight to Sidby. Now notice the we need to be at 4,000, which we're at now, and then when we pass Sidby, we've got 5 miles to get down to 3,100, and then we'll intercept the glide slope. So that's cool, and here's their time. We've got 50 seconds to get to Sidby. 2.5 nautical miles, bearing 331, or speed 182, 4,000. Here's our vertical height that we're trying to shoot for. I believe we can do VNAV at this point. Not yet. Okay. And then, looks like there's somebody right above us. Let's take a look. See anybody? Any traffic? Not that I see. Looks like, oh, they're back behind us a little bit. 1,100 feet behind us, or 1,100 feet behind us. Looking, yep, traffic in sight. There they are. Back there, 1,100. Chasing us in. Alright, keeping an eye on, there we go, crossing Sidby, so now we're going to Heman. We need to be down at 3,100. 3,100, vertical speed down. Let's go 700 feet down, 500 feet down. Now we can do VNAV. We should be able to do, yep, vertical path. Now it's captured. Now it'll take care of the descents. Now we can set our altitude down to something small. Our final target is really like 100 or so, and then we're going to say capture the when we get closer we can capture the glide slope, I believe. Alright, we're in the thick of these fogs. We're all lined up. Should be making a left now. I'm not doing anything. This is the left turn. Taking a nice turn. How's our traffic doing? There's a guy 400 feet and pretty much right behind us, but we're entering the fog, so probably not going to see him. I tend to forget the lights that I'm supposed to turn on, so let's see, we're landing and we're nav, yeah, we're good, so we're not panel, we're not taxiing. Okay, we're good. And then we're doing the glide slope, so are we doing approach yet? Yep, glide slope, boom, nailed it. So then this green is the glide slope, so now we're captured both on the localizer, which is the left-right direction, horizontal, and then we're captured on the glide slope, which is the vertical direction, straight into the airport. And at some point I will grab it off autopilot and tell us, or fly it in myself. I'm going to start losing some speed here. Down on throttle. Zoom out on the right here and see we're passing EDDYY. Remember what we saw on the EDDYY is where we capture the glide slope, 1800, but we've already done that. And so you'll see as we pass 1800 right now, GS means glide slope. We already captured it. The diamond is perfectly centered, so that means we're not above it, we're not below it, we're right on it. So the vertical glide slope guiding us in. Here's the airport straight ahead. Our buddy remains right behind us, 600 feet. Again, it's super foggy, so I don't know. Is he back there? Alright, glide slope looks good, localizer good, speed a little high. Let's go to reduce some throttle. Solid approach as we are a minute 20 out to the runway 28 left. Minute and 20. Looking good. So we will get ready to poke through the clouds here, we hope. Remember our minimums are, it should say on here somewhere, oh yeah, right here, barometric minimum 230. So if I don't see the airport before 200, I'm supposed to go around. So, but I designed the clouds to let me out around 600, I believe. So let's hop inside and get ready for this. I'll take it off autopilot here. Yeah, he's saying don't sink because we're getting sort of close to the... Oh, look at this. I haven't moved, and boom, I come out of the clouds and I'm lined up perfectly. And let's take it off autopilot and I'll fly it in the rest of the way. We're a little fast, so taking off... I'm looking at those pappy lights a little high, and I'm also looking at the green diamond on the glide slope. Slowing down, gear down. Gliding in nicely, coming in a little fast, and we're a little bit low. That's okay. I'll just pitch up a tiny bit, but there's plenty of runway here. We're all good. Looking at the virtual land in the computer screen as well. Primary flight display. Butter the landing. And power to 0. Tap the brakes. We really just can even coast home. We could probably make it to this taxiway right here. We'll shoot the next one. Oh, that's the runway. Anybody coming? No, we're good. Let's speed up here. Here's the next runway. Normally we'd be taking direction from air traffic to say, which taxiway are we supposed to get off on. Getting off of this one, that's 28 left, and finding our taxiway. But that's it for that flight. And that was a good combination of VFR, visual flight rules, up through San Francisco around that point. Shoot the Golden Gate Bridge, and then IFR, added some clouds, instrument flight rules, can't see anything, and fly the whole thing by our instruments, and poke out of the clouds at 600 feet with a few hundred feet left to go, and boom, we're lined up exactly at the runway. So instruments and radio frequencies are our friend, and let's park it at gate 55. Looks good to me. Brakes are on, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the flight, and we'll check you out next time. So long.